From gorgeous monogram bags to French-inspired clothing, Clare V is one of the hottest brands around, and it was all started right here in Silver Lake. So who is Clare V? Well, I had the pleasure of finding out how she built a fashion handbag empire in this edition of SheEO. Check it out.
Hi, welcome to Clare V.
Let's go. Come on in. The minute you walk into a Clare V store, you feel like you've entered a Parisian shopper's paradise. This is beautiful, but look at every nook and cranny. They are filled with beautiful and carefully crafted monogram bags and French-inspired apparel. Here it is, the GDLA money pouch. Everyone at work is going to be very jealous. And it's all because of this woman.
Hi, I'm Clare Vivier. I'm the founder, CEO, and creative director of Clare V.
Yeah. So chic. It's like French-ified, Francophile. With 9 stores nationwide, Clare V is on track to becoming a major brand similar to Kate Spade and Tory Burch. But the journey didn't happen overnight.
Everything was baby steps.
Baby steps that started all the way back in St. Paul, Minnesota. Claire, the youngest of 6 kids in an Irish-Mexican family, was taught by her parents the importance of hard work.
I've had a lot of jobs. Worked at a balloon shop, frozen yogurt shop. I was a barista before baristas existed. I worked as a waitress for a long time. And it's funny because I feel like that training is so good for what I do now.
But it was a trip to France in her 20s that ultimately changed her life. Claire not only fell in love with the French culture, but she also fell in love, literally.
I started to work with my husband in French television, where I was producing stories and he was shooting and directing them. That really led to me having the need for a cute laptop bag, so I sewed my own laptop bag, and I thought, I want to start a bag line.
And boy, was she determined to turn her idea into a business.
I thought, if other people can do this, why can't I? This is a great idea.
It was a great idea, but after a few years, her life changed yet again. She became a mom.
I had the idea for this bag line. I started sewing them myself before he was born. When he was born, I didn't really have the justification for continuing a company that wasn't making any money.
Well, Claire never gave up on her dream, and 3 years later, she decided to go for it again.
I remember crying when I would think about the idea that I had just let this dream go. I felt like a failure before I had even started, for not going after this dream that I had.
So once her son went to preschool, she kept her day job and began selling bags again on the side out of her house, and the company took off.
I had a bank account that was not going down, and that's a really good sign.
That's a good sign for everyone.
Yeah.
At that point, Claire decided to move out of her house and into a retail space.
I had a neighbor who also had a home business, and we just talked to each other and said, hey, do you want to try to find a space together?
From Silver Lake to Denver to Chicago to New York City, Clare V, 10 years later, is a major player in the fashion world. But if you ask Claire,
I don't know, I never think of it that way. I think of it as, it's all been one step at a time for me, and I feel extremely lucky.
So if you have an idea and don't think it's possible to turn it into a reality, Claire says, keep it simple.
I didn't start with any money. I started with a website. I started with a product and a website.
It's all about simple baby steps, and Claire says, think in the now, not the then. And the ride for Claire has been crazy, but she wouldn't change a thing.
I would do everything again. Everything almost exactly the way I did it.
As you heard, Clare V took one simple idea of a laptop case and built it into this empire. So her advice, if you have an idea, is keep it simple and it will grow from there. And look at how far she's grown. Her goal is to have Clare V stores around the world, and she's on track to do that. She also does a lot of nonprofit work. She's amazing, and everybody asks when they go in the store, is Clare V real? She is as real as they get. She's down to earth, and she's very calm, which I loved about her.